It was President Lukashenko, the poodle of Putin, who first orchestrated the weaponizing of refugees, weaponizing of migrants. And that didn't go down very well in Europe. And now the, this sort of weaponizing of refugees seems to have become one of the tools in Rishi Sunak's bag of tricks. So those people asylum shopping, or those people simply seeking peace and serenity after years of travel away from torture, away from misery, have found a way of crossing the border into the Republic of Ireland, which isn't guarded, and of going there, pouring into Ireland. Now Rishi may be sitting very comfortably and saying, "Well, this is proof that Rwanda acts as a deterrent. It may not be stopping the people crossing the channel and risking their lives and dying, but it is at least getting the migrants to leave Great Britain and go to another Anglophone country where they can use the skills which have been exported by the huge industry of English as a foreign language, and where maybe they will be within reach of their relatives, of a job market with people needing workers as they do in the UK, and people not necessarily needing to carry identity cards." I think the way forward is not to play these war games with the Taoiseach, the newly appointed Taoiseach, Simon Harris, who wants to return these people to Britain. But even if he returns them, because the border is porous, because the border is unguarded, they will just simply come back, unless they are returned and then locked up by Britain. So forcing Britain to put even more people in hotel limbo, in hotel hell. And the whole business of weaponized immigration, of weaponizing migrants, is something that Russia has been doing actively, as well as Belarus, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Estonia, Finland, all seeing an influx of refugees because of Russia's belligerence. And now we are joining Belarus and Russia, are we not, by seizing that initiative and seeing refugees, migrants, as a weapon to try and get our own back, and to persuade France to take back and to stop more migrants from crossing the channel. The only way to stop migrants crossing the channel is to build consulates on the northern banks of France and process migrants there on principle. Now that stops the small boats with one building, with two buildings, with three buildings at the most. That stops the small boats. That is a deterrent and a rejection from those consulates. What else can they do? Because, in the same way that we can shift the border of France from Calais to Dover, so too we can shift the border of England from Dover to Calais for migrants. And the Refugee Convention that we have, the 1951 Refugee Convention, simply says that if a migrant presents themselves for asylum at the border, then at the earliest opportunity, and requests asylum, then we must consider it. If we define the border as the northern shores of France, there is no reason to cross the channel. And indeed, once one crosses the channel, one would have demonstrated that one has not claimed asylum at the first point of at the first opportunity, and therefore it can be, I think, legally rejected. It's madness that we haven't set up these centres. But instead we have clung to the idea of an inappropriate and impossible deterrent. Well, the irony, of course, is that the migrants are cleverer than Suella Braverman and Rishi Sunak. The migrants have found a loophole in the system and have gone over to Ireland. I'm sorry for Ireland that that Ireland now has to deal with this, and I'm sorry that Britain is so difficult about it. But this is a result of the stupidity of our system. Because you can't actually turn around and say, oh, this is because of Rwanda. No. The deterrent is in the hotels, in the limbo, in the years of waiting, in the hostile environment. The deterrent was set up by Theresa May. And that's a deterrent which is the canonization of laziness. The laziness of the Home Office now becoming a policy and a deterrent in itself. Madness, madness, madness. It's about avoiding our responsibility. I could not be more ashamed.